Hi, hello, namaste, welcome to 48 Frames Company. Today we'll be talking about when and how we need to educate little girls about menstruation or about periods. It is always said that earlier the better, because the children has to be aware of the growing process, what are the things or bodily changes that would happen, and the due course of time that they would attain puberty, and this is what would happen to them. So the ideal age would be somewhere around 7 years, because nowadays you get to see kids having their first menstruation or first period at the age of 8, so we can take it roughly at 7. Or if you observe your child, you can see that there is going to be a slight change in the breast development of the little one. So if you can see that the breast is developing slowly, you can understand that in another 1 or 2 years she's going to attain her puberty, so you can educate her. If the kids are a little active and they are very observant, they would come up with questions like, why I don't have breasts like you with a mom. She might question something like that, or she might as well ask, what is a pad, while you're putting it into your bag, or while you're taking to the restroom, or while you're changing. If she happens to see it, then she would definitely ask you, what is it? So it would be very wise to explain to the child the natural process, as in why you need a pad and how it is part of being a woman. So what are the things that you need to keep in mind while you educate your child? If it is possible, always include the sibling, if it's a male or a female. If you have a sibling, you can include the sibling and the father as well, just to normalize the case, and they do understand that this is not something to be spoken behind closed doors, or this is not something to shy away, and this is not a disease. So they really need to understand that this is a normal process, and this is not any kind of sickness. So educate them about it. Tell them about the biology behind it, as in why the period is happening to them and how it is going to affect them in their lifestyle, as in how it would bleed, how many days it can bleed, and what are the things that it can be accompanying with. Maybe you might have cramps or small little pain. Please do not highlight on the pain, and they are going to be really scared, as in they're going to be weak during those days, they're going to have pain. Don't go to talk about it, just explain to them like it is a normal process. Then you will have to talk about the hygiene part of it, as in what are the things that are being used. It is always good to introduce them to pads rather than tampons, because when they start off, it is already in a panicky stage, and the easier one would be about using a pad, because that is going to be much more easier for them than using tampons. So once you explain to them, the very next question is going to be, what if it leaks? Okay, so you will have to tell them that initially it is going to be very less, and even if it is more, how you can pad it up in your innerwear and keep yourself safe, and it is just fine even if a little bit is seen on your clothing. So normalize the entire process and let them not imagine that they're going to be lying in a pool of blood one day. So tell them about it, the biology behind it, what are the changes that would happen to them. Explain all of it, and you can also include videos or books like Menstrupedia. We have a lot of them now online, where you have cartoons or animated videos which talk about the positive side of menstruation and how it is a part of being a woman. So you can explain all these things. So there is nothing like an ideal age as such, but you should definitely tell them. Some of the kids get it very early, some of them might get it really late, so that is just fine, that is absolutely fine. Though earlier kids in the age of 12 to 14 used to get periods, and now we have cases where kids who are 8 and 9 and 10 attaining puberty at a very early, we can't even say it's early, but that is what is a normal thing at this point of time. So this is what I wanted to tell you. Make them understand that it is a natural process, and do not shy away from talking about it. Explain to them as real as possible. Do not come up with stories which do not make sense at all, because there are so many of them who get very panicky the moment they see blood, so they really associate it with something very dangerous. Make them understand the beauty of this while you explain about the small little pains that you might have in the due course of time. So once you give them the clarity, always ask them, once you see that there is a breast development, slight development in their breast, or initially they complain about pain around their nipples, and then they say there is a slight bumpy structure on top, so that says that that they are almost closer, in the sense maybe in a year or two that they would attain their first period. So ask them to keep a new panty and a pad with them, and they can use it whenever they need it, and this is what is going to happen. And ask them to keep you informed if they need any kind of help, and they do not have to shy away, or they do not have to shun away or get scared, and they can always contact you and talk to you about it. So this is about normalizing periods and how we can educate our little girls about periods and how life is going to be from there on. I hope this answers the question. I hope you like this video. We will be coming with much more such videos. So if you like the video, please do like it, and if you think someone would benefit out of it, please do share it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for joining in.